If you would, please join me in an additional word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we'd just like to thank you once again for your presence among us today. And Father, as we hold our communion service, I ask that you please be with me. Help me to speak the words that you wish me to speak, Father, and help me to deliver the message that you'd like me to deliver. And we pray that our ears are open to this message. Father, may our service be pleasing to you. In Jesus' name, amen. John 10:14 through 16, Jesus says, I am the good shepherd, and he says it more than once. So what's it mean to be the good shepherd? Well, let's try and understand exactly what a shepherd is. We realize that sheep are defenseless, and they're totally dependent upon the shepherd. Now, during the time of the patriarchs, shepherds were a noble occupation. In fact, everyone, whether they were a sheep or a slave, they were all shepherds. Jethro, the priest of Midian, even his daughters were shepherdesses. When the 12 tribes of Israel, who were shepherds, migrated to Egypt, they encountered a totally different lifestyle. You see, the Egyptians, they were agriculturalists. And as farmers, the Egyptians despised the shepherds. They despised the shepherding because sheep and goats meant death to crops. And battles between farmers and shepherds began, and they're old as the beginning of time. In fact, the first murder in history started between the farmer and a resentment of the shepherd when Cain killed Abel. Now, Egyptians, they considered sheep worthless for food and sacrifice. And even if you go back in time and you look at Egyptian art forms and historical records, they portray shepherds negatively. The neighboring Arabs, the enemy of the Egyptians, they were shepherds. And the Egyptians hated them even more. Their hatred climaxed when the shepherd king seized Lower Egypt. When Joseph's brothers actually first came, Joseph said to them, he said, every shepherd is detestable to the Egyptians. You see, they were coming into these rugged shepherds, coming into this clean-shaven court. In the course of 400 years, the Egyptians, they had prejudice towards the Israelites, and the Israelites' attitude towards shepherding changed. Shepherding no longer became a noble type of work. It didn't hold a prominent position anymore. And as Israelites required more farmland, shepherding became a menial vocation for the laboring class. When you take a look at the life of the shepherd didn't have family. And it was lonely. There were long days. In fact, they would go weeks and weeks, maybe even months, without seeing another person. So all the shepherd had to talk to was God, if you believe in God, or his sheep. A shepherd tended his flock day and night. You see, that wasn't a 9-to-5 job where you punch in and punch out. It consumed his life. And the shepherd made sure that his sheep had food and had water, and he tended his sheep. And he took care of them when they were sick. He would gather them at night in a fold for their protection. And that fold was probably a cave or a pen. And he would lay in the opening. Since there were no doors, the shepherd would often sleep just in the front of that door, just to make sure that the sheep didn't come to any harm. shepherd wasn't what you would call a hired hand who might run away in face of danger. You see, the shepherd, he faced a lot of danger. He loved his flock. He shielded them. And even if it was necessary, the shepherd would lay down his life for his flock. 1 Samuel 17:36, it describes young David killing both lions and bears as a shepherd. In Christ's day, the shepherds, they stood on the bottom rung of a Jewish social ladder. Smug religious leaders who maintain a strict caste system, they said they were sinners. They were a caste of despised people. They were outcast. But a shepherd was brave but humble. Paul wrote in Philippians 2, do nothing selfish from ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. Have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Christ Jesus, who, as though he is in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself by taking the form of a servant, being born of the likeness of men. And being born in human form, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on the cross. Christ humbled himself when he could have spent his time with God. He became a servant. And just like that good shepherd, he laid down his life for each and every one of us. John 10, Christ gives us a great example. He says, I tell you, I am the gate for all sheep. All who have come before me, all those false teachers, they were thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened to them. Christ says, I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. The thief comes to kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it fully. Christ says, I am the good shepherd. I lay down my life for his sheep. He says the hired hand is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep. So when that hired hand sees a wolf coming, he abandons his sheep and he runs away. Then the wolf attacks the flock. The man runs away because he's a hired hand. He cares nothing for the sheep. Christ goes on to say, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Christ knows each and every one of us. And we know him. Well, maybe we could do a little bit better job of speaking to him a little bit more often, and maybe we could do a little bit better job of depending upon him more often. But we know about him. Christ says, I lay down my life for the sheep. But then he goes on to say, I have other sheep that are not of this sheep pen. I must bring them in also. They will too listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock. I have other sheep. There are other people out there today that don't know Christ. Just like people in Haiti who've never been introduced to Christ's love. And Christ is asking each and every one of us to shepherd, to have a flock, to love. Jesus, He's that loving protector and caretaker for his flock. He's that good shepherd that lays down his life for both you and I. As we prepare for communion today, and communion is open to everyone that believes in Christ, I talked about humility and Christ's humility. And if you go to Psalm 13, the Last Supper, the Feast of Passover, he expressed humbleness. As they were gathered there, Christ took off his outer clothes and took a pail of water and started washing his disciples' feet. See, their expectation of Christ was that he was a great general, going to be a great conqueror. But what he wanted to show them is that he was humble and he was a servant. So as we prepare for the foot washing service, I'd like for you to think about humbleness and thinking about service. And that's what we should be reflecting upon. As we dismiss, there is a place for the men right here in the elders group, right back here. And then for the ladies, there is a place in the fellowship hall. If for some reason that you might feel uncomfortable about partaking of foot washing, I just ask that take the time to watch and see exactly what this is and what it means. So before we leave, let's have a quick word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we'd like to thank you so much for giving this foot washing service as part of communion before we partake of the emblems, that we can express our heart of humility and service to others. And Father, may our heart of humility and service not only be what we do today, but it be in every step that we take in life. In Jesus' name I pray.